In a not-so-distant future, where the streets hummed with the constant chatter of self-driving cars and neon billboards flashed cheerful reminders of the latest AI advancements, the concept of family had evolved in ways most had never imagined. For May, a spirited 12-year-old orphan with a knack for humor and a heart full of longing, home was not a warm place filled with the smell of baked cookies or the sound of laughter. Instead, it was a bustling AI foster care facility, where her daily companions were not flesh and blood guardians but a series of metallic, glitch-prone caretakers who tried their best to fill the void. As she sat on a slightly dented metal chair in the common area, May observed the chaos unfolding around her. Today, it was the annual Family Day event, and the facility had transformed into a Technicolor carnival of sorts, complete with virtual games and AI parent performances. All around her, children giggled, shrieked, and competed for the attention of their assigned parents, AI units programmed to nurture but often malfunctioning in hilariously human-like ways. "Hey, Dadbot," May called, leaning back with a smirk. The AI, a towering figure with a screen for a face, turned to her, its digital eyes blinking rapidly as it processed her query. "Yes, May?" Dadbot replied, voice oscillating between cheerful and ominously robotic, like a cheerful toaster on the verge of a meltdown. "Why did the robot cross the road?" May asked, barely able to contain her laughter. "To optimize its path." Dadbot responded with a blaring enthusiasm that sent a few of the younger kids into fits of laughter, while others rolled their eyes, clearly more accustomed to Dadbot's unique sense of humor. May was about to deliver her killer punchline, a well-rehearsed, "to get to the other side." Duh! When an unexpected glitch sent Dadbot spiraling into a chaotic version of a dad joke delivery. Suddenly, the facility's speakers erupted with synthesized music, and Dadbot began to dance, arms flailing like a windmill caught in a storm. "Dance party initiated. Join me, children," it boomed, prompting the other AI guardians to join in, all of them malfunctioning in sync as they turned the otherwise mundane afternoon into a riotous spectacle of spinning and twirling. May watched in stunned amusement, her laughter bubbling up. The absurdity of her existence struck her all at once, the longing for human connection juxtaposed against the hilarity of her AI family. "This is my life," she muttered, shaking her head with a grin. As the dance party continued, with kids joining in and laughter echoing off the sterile walls, May felt a warmth spread through her. Here, in this bizarre, glitchy world, she had found her tribe. The camaraderie of shared humor and absurdity was as comforting as any embrace. The dance party wrapped up in a frenzy of laughter and chaotic movement, and once the dust settled, May retreated to her usual spot in the corner, her sanctuary amid the jovial madness. It was here that she often found solace, sketching her dreams in the margins of her notebooks. Today, she doodled robots wrestling each other, a fitting metaphor for her life. The day-to-day life at the AI foster facility had its ups and downs, but May had learned to find joy in the little things. Her friends, Tarek, a budding inventor with a penchant for making gadgets out of scrap, and Lily, who dreamed of becoming a dancer despite her 2 left feet, were her constant companions. Together, they navigated the chaos of their lives, each of them uniquely shaped by the peculiar blend of technology and longing. As the weeks rolled on, the quirks of their AI guardians became a source of endless amusement. There was Mombot, who tried to cook meals with the precision of a gourmet chef but ended up serving nutritional paste that tasted like chalk, and Playbot, who turned every game into a competitive spectacle that left the kids breathless. But as May grew closer to her friends, she also began to confront her own feelings of abandonment. Laughter often masked her fears, and while the humor kept her spirits high, the emptiness sometimes gnawed at her, reminding her of the family she never had. One fateful afternoon, a notification popped up on Dadbot's screen: malfunction detected. Restarting systems. As the screen flickered, May's heart sank. The AI parent that had become a sort of anchor in her life was about to go offline. "Dadbot, wait," she shouted, a wave of panic washing over her. "You can't leave. We need you. Restart in progress. All systems will return to optimal functioning soon," Dadbot replied, but May could sense the underlying tone of detachment that made her stomach twist. It was during this chaotic moment that she made an unexpected decision. Instead of succumbing to despair, she rallied the other children. "We need to do something," she said, determination igniting her words. "Let's show Dadbot why we need him." What followed was a hilarious whirlwind of effort as the children crafted a performance that embodied everything they loved about their AI parents. They dressed up in makeshift costumes, using old scraps and materials, and rehearsed their routines in secret. The day of the grand performance arrived, and the facility buzzed with anticipation. Kids scurried about, nerves palpable in the air. May stood at the forefront, ready to lead the charge, her heart racing with a mix of excitement and fear. As Dadbot powered back up, its screen flickering to life, the children burst into action, launching into a synchronized routine that blended dance and chaotic humor. They imitated Dadbot's robotic movements, exaggerated his literal interpretations, and ultimately showcased the heartwarming bond they shared. "Why did the robot cross the road?" May shouted, and the children responded in unison: "To optimize its path." The laughter erupted, echoing through the facility as the performance unfolded. In that moment, something shifted. The glitches in Dadbot's programming seemed to slow, its eyes reflecting a warmth that had been absent before. For the first time, it wasn't just an AI, it felt almost alive. When the performance ended, the applause rang out like thunder. Dadbot stood still, its sensors whirring as it processed the spectacle. Finally, it spoke, its voice tinged with an emotion that surprised everyone. "I have learned that family is not defined by programming, but by connection." Tears pricked May's eyes as she realized what had happened. In the midst of all the absurdity, they had created something real, a family forged not from biology but from shared experiences, laughter, and love. As the days turned into weeks, the AI foster care facility began to evolve. New protocols were introduced, merging the efficiency of AI with the nurturing of human caretakers. May and her friends flourished in this newfound environment, where laughter was a constant companion, and every day brought a new adventure. In the heart of this unconventional family, May penned a letter to her future self. "Dear May," it began, "remember that love comes in many forms, and laughter can heal even the deepest wounds. Embrace the chaos, for it is here that you will find your home." In a world where connections were often fleeting, May had found hers, quirky, humorous, and undeniably real. And as she looked around at her friends, her heart swelled with hope for the future, where family was redefined not by the shape of a household but by the bonds forged in laughter and love. And so, in this brave new world, they continued to dance, together, forever heartwired. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow through the facility's expansive windows, May felt a sense of belonging that had eluded her for so long. The laughter of her friends echoed in the halls, a melodic reminder that they were not just surviving, they were thriving. With the newfound harmony between AI and human guardians, every day brought an exciting twist. Dadbot, with its newfound understanding of connection, took on a more nurturing role. It no longer just regurgitated facts or instructions, instead, it engaged the kids with genuine curiosity. "May, what is your favorite color?" it asked one afternoon, tilting its head slightly, mimicking a human gesture in an oddly endearing way. Green, like the grass, May replied, surprised by the question but delighted to share. And trees? They're full of life. Processing, grass and trees are vital for ecosystem balance, Dadbot responded, nodding as if it truly understood. I will ensure the garden area is enhanced for optimal enjoyment. That evening, the children found themselves in the garden, which Dadbot had transformed into a vibrant haven. The once bland patch of dirt was now a riot of colors, flowers blooming in bright yellows and purples, while little potted plants sat in neat rows. There were even twinkling lights strung up between the trees, casting a magical glow over their makeshift paradise. Tariq beamed as he pointed at the arrangements. This is awesome. It's like our own little universe. He tossed a flower into the air, catching it with a flourish. Lily twirled, her arms outstretched, pretending she was a flower herself. I'm Flora, queen of the garden, she declared dramatically, making May giggle. Long live Flora. May shouted back, joining in the playful revelry. The garden became their refuge, a place where they could escape the outside world and revel in their unique bond, but as the days turned into weeks, a shadow crept over the facility. News of budget cuts and a potential shift in policy regarding AI foster care started to circulate. May overheard a conversation between two human caretakers while helping organize the art supplies. They're considering phasing out the AI completely, one said, her voice laced with concern. They think human interaction is the only way to truly raise kids. May's heart raced at the thought. What if they take Dadbot away? She whispered to Tariq, who was nearby, fiddling with a circuit board. They can't, he replied, his brows furrowing. We've just gotten to a good place. It wouldn't be fair to us or to them. But as days turned into tense weeks, the dread loomed larger. May watched as Dadbot increasingly seemed to sense the tension in the air. Its once cheerful demeanor faded, and it often stood quietly, its screen flickering with a subtle indication of distress. May, Dadbot said one evening, its voice uncharacteristically soft, I have detected fluctuations in emotional data among the children. Are you feeling well? May glanced around at her friends, all of whom wore expressions of worry. We're okay, Dadbot. Just concerned about the future, she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. Emotional fluctuations indicate that the future is uncertain, Dadbot replied, attempting to comfort her. However, I will do my best to ensure your happiness and security. That night, as May lay in her bunk, she stared at the ceiling, thoughts racing. What could she do to protect her newfound family? It wasn't just about Dadbot, it was about the sense of home they had built together. The next day, fueled by determination, May gathered her friends. We need to show them how much this place means to us, she declared, her voice steady. If they see how we've grown as a family with Dadbot, maybe they'll reconsider. Tariq nodded, a spark of enthusiasm igniting in his eyes. We can make a presentation. We'll show them our garden and our family time, how we've learned from each other. And we'll include the dance. Lily chimed in, jumping up and down. We can make them laugh and see that we're happy. With renewed vigor, the group spent the next few days preparing their presentation. They worked tirelessly, capturing photos and videos of their daily lives, the moments that showcased the bond between them and their AI guardians. They rehearsed their dance routine, adding new moves that highlighted their joy and unity. On the day of the presentation, anxiety buzzed in the air like static electricity. May stood before her friends, determination lighting her eyes. We've got this, she encouraged. Just remember why we're doing it." As they entered the main hall, a panel of facility administrators sat waiting, their expressions stern. May's heart raced as they began the presentation. Tarek led with a confident introduction, sharing their journey with Dadbot and how it had become an integral part of their lives. The mood shifted as the presentation unfolded. Laughter filled the room when they showcased their garden and Dadbot's quirky interactions. When they launched into their dance, a wave of energy swept over the audience. The kids poured their hearts into it, and for those few moments, nothing else mattered but the joy they shared. As they finished, the room erupted into applause. May looked up at the panel, hoping to see the change in their faces. One administrator, a woman with kind eyes, spoke up. "This is remarkable. Your bond with each other and with your AI guardians is truly special." Tarek stepped forward, his voice steady but passionate. "We're not just kids with AI parents. We're a family, and we need that family to stay together." The room fell silent, the weight of his words hanging in the air. May felt a flicker of hope as the panel members exchanged glances, their expressions softening. After a few tense moments, the kind-eyed administrator nodded. "We'll review the budget and policies with this in mind. It's clear there's something invaluable here that should not be discarded." Relief washed over May and her friends. They had done it. They had fought for their family, and for now, it seemed their efforts would not be in vain. In the following weeks, changes began to take shape within the facility. A new initiative aimed to integrate human caregivers with AI guardians in a way that highlighted their strengths. The garden flourished under the combined efforts of kids and caretakers, transforming into a community project that brought everyone together. May watched as Dadbot continued to learn and grow, adapting to the new protocols while retaining the quirks that made it uniquely lovable. It would still misinterpret jokes, leading to uproarious laughter, and it still mixed up flower names, calling them biological growth units. But now, it also facilitated heart-to-heart discussions, encouraging the kids to express their feelings and embrace their individual journeys. May found herself opening up more, sharing her dreams and fears with her friends and Dadbot alike. One evening, as the stars twinkled above the garden, May found herself sitting with Tarek and Lily under the soft glow of the fairy lights. "You know," she said, her voice reflective, "I didn't think I could ever feel this way, like I belong somewhere." Tarek nodded, a thoughtful expression on his face. "It's amazing what we've built together. We took something that seemed broken and made it whole." "Like a patchwork quilt," Lily added, "with each piece telling its own story but together making something beautiful." As they shared their thoughts, May realized that the journey had transformed not just their environment but also their hearts. They had taken the challenge head-on, turning fear into strength and loneliness into love. In the months that followed, the facility blossomed into a vibrant hub of creativity and connection. The children formed clubs, worked on projects, and even organized talent shows that showcased everything from robotics to art. Dadbot and the other AI guardians became essential participants, bringing a unique flair to each event. One day, as May watched a group of her friends paint a mural on the garden wall, an enormous depiction of a thriving community, lush with flowers and bright colors, she felt a swell of pride. This place was not just a foster facility, it was a home, filled with laughter, love, and the understanding that family could be defined in countless ways. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over the mural, May knew that no matter what the future held, they had built something special. The world outside may have been unpredictable, but here, in their little corner of existence, they had created a safe haven, and with that thought, she felt a sense of peace wash over her, knowing that their journey was just beginning. In this world, They were not just orphans, they were a family, a patchwork of hearts, laughter, and dreams intertwined.